What's going on, Vol fans? My name is Joey Petersen. You're watching Tennessee Football Talk. Welcome into the show, and it's a great one if this is your first time watching because I got a ton of great news to tell you, starting off right off the bat with Jermod McCoy and the fact that he is back at practice. Man, I have been waiting months to say that. I'm glad I finally can. And not only was he back at practice, but he was in pads as well. Let's give you a little bit more from the insiders. Pete Nikos with the report. Tennessee cornerback Jermod McCoy continues to work to return this season, barring a setback. Sources tell On3's Chris Lowe and me. The All-American was in pads at practice on Tuesday, but remains limited, sources said. The Volunteers play Oklahoma on Saturday, followed by a bye week and hosting New Mexico State on November 15th. If he can take a step forward in practice on the bye week, he could make a return for the final 3 games of the season. And this is what I am talking about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what I've been waiting to talk about in a more realistic sense over the past 9 months. And I'll admit to you, I've remained optimistic. There's a lot of Tennessee fans that believe that Jermod McCoy was just going to sit out, cash the check, go to the NFL. And if he did that, honestly, he tore his ACL in January. He's about to make millions of dollars. I don't think I would have been too upset by him. But I say that to say I always had a feeling that he was working back to return. So not only is it great that he's at practice, but it's great to hear that he continues to work to return this season, okay? I don't care that he was limited today because all we're doing is taking steps in the right direction. And I think it is a great reflection, and I've said this before, of the culture that Josh Heupel has built at the University of Tennessee. Because you have a player, a prospect, who if he sat out this season, he still would be a first-round pick, second-round pick in the NFL draft, guaranteed to make millions over the next couple of years. But instead, just 9 months after an ACL tear that happened in the middle of January, he is working to come back and play the final couple games of this season. That is a great reflection of what Josh Heupel has built here at Tennessee, that these guys want to play. These guys want to be out there with their brothers, and it probably kills Jermod McCoy even more than it kills us watching this Tennessee defense let up 300 yards passing to Cutter Boley, but I digress. Now, there is still lots that can change. The report said barring setback, we don't know how this practice is going to go. We don't know what the status is going to be next week and the week after that and the week after that. But what we heard today, what we know from today, I think you should be excited about moving forward, that Jermod McCoy is a little bit closer coming back and into the fold. I got more to talk about with McCoy, but before that, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You're seeing the live sub count right now. Now, this video was recorded a little bit before you're watching, so if you subscribe, you're not going to see it go up. But 8,561, that's what we got rocking with us right here at Tennessee Football Talk. Unbelievable number because we've only been a channel for 90 days. It's because it's the best fan base in the whole world. I'm trying to get to 9K subs by November. That's on Saturday. I need y'all to help me out. Hit that subscribe button and join us before this train leaves the station. We appreciate every single one of you guys. His PFF grades and stats in 2024 were unbelievable. There's a reason that this guy really doesn't even have to play a dime this year. Have to play a snap this year, I should say, to get drafted. His overall grade, 87. Coverage grade, almost a 90 at 89.6. 37 tackles, 4 picks, 6 pass deflections. He was all over the field making plays left and right. And Nikos mentioned the upcoming schedule. You got Oklahoma on Saturday, obviously. No chance he plays that one. Then you got your bye week after that. You play New Mexico State after that bye. You have Florida. You got Vanderbilt to end out the season. Florida on the road in the swamp. You haven't won there since 2003. If you beat Oklahoma on Saturday, honestly, I'm cool if he sits out the New Mexico State game as well and just plays Florida and Vanderbilt. Get him the bye week. Get him an extra week after that. Maybe ramp up the practice status and the practice reps in that week. And then have him come back for Florida and have him come back and be back for Vanderbilt. Because let's face it, you could beat New Mexico State without Jermod McCoy. You will beat New Mexico State without Jermod McCoy. You could beat New Mexico State with me in there as the CB1 on this roster. But if you don't beat Oklahoma, I don't know if he's coming back. Without a chance to help his team go to the college football playoff, I don't know if Jermod McCoy risks it. risks his future. Guys, he is 9 months removed from an ACL tear. I don't know if you would risk your future either. You probably wouldn't. Like I said, he gets drafted in the first 2 rounds. He's guaranteed to make millions for the next 3 years. Literally, those are guaranteed contracts. And so, if there's no chance to make college football playoff, and if you lose to OU, there is no chance to make the playoff, I don't know if he comes back this year. Additional updates on the injury front. These not so positive. Colton Hood, questionable. Arian Carter, doubtful for Saturday's game against Oklahoma. If you don't have Colton Hood, that is going to be a massive, massive problem that you've got to fix in that cornerback room. No Ricky Gibson, no Jermod McCoy, no Colton Hood. True freshman Ty Redmond would be your CB1, which would scare me a little. On to now back to the good news, okay? The great news, I should say. David Gabriel-Georges is visiting again. He will be in town on Saturday for that Oklahoma game, and I'm really, really excited about this. First off, because he's a hell of a player. He's a hell of a prospect. This kid is unbelievable. 21st ranked player in the 2027 class nationally. Second highest rated running back in the 2027 class. I say this every time we talk about him, but 6 foot, 205. That is the poster child for what a running back build should be. And we all know, per Austin Price, that David Gabriel-Georges is the number 1 priority for Josh Heupel and company when it comes to the 2027 recruiting class. Price said specifically, the number 1 priority on any position for 2027 is David Gabriel-Georges at Baylor. He's the top option, the second option, and the third option as well. He was in Knoxville for Tennessee against Arkansas. You can see him right there with 2026 commit Gabriel Osinda, offensive tackle, also plays at Baylor High School with him. But I was at that Arkansas game, okay? The crowd was good. It was fun. It was loud. But it wasn't the best I've seen. So I'm really excited for him to experience a night game against a team like Oklahoma. But the cool thing is that even though it wasn't the best crowd I've seen at Neyland Stadium, he still had an unbelievable time on that visit. He said it was a great visit. What was different about this visit was that I had my family with me. It was nice just being able to sit around and talk with the coaches, even if they speak French, because we had someone with us that was able to translate for them. So getting to know this place more and getting to know the coaches more. He crossed 1,000 yards already on the season with only 8 games played. He has over double-digit touchdowns. He had an unbelievable game against McCallie, Baylor's biggest rival. First time they've beaten them on the road in a very, very long time. I think he went for like 160 and 3 tuds in that game. Actually, Gage, maybe he had over 200. Regardless, look, I'm going to need Vol Nation to do their thing this weekend for David Gabriel-Georges. And speaking of doing your thing for David Gabriel-Georges, Tristan Keys is kind of already doing that. And that's the third little bit of this great news, is that Keys is recruiting for Tennessee, which is phenomenal. I'll tell you more about that in a second. Do you want David Gabriel-Georges to land in Knoxville? If you do, hit that thumbs up button, like today's video. If you like it, he will come. Something I want you guys to go to is chatsports.com/UTQzip. My wife will be in attendance for the game against Oklahoma this weekend. I'm sure her and her friends, when they're on campus, they'll head into the Vols shop because, let's face it, the Vols shop is probably the best store in all of Knoxville. The only knock on it is it's really expensive. You don't really get out of there without spending at least $50, and that's like if you get a t-shirt or something. Well, you get this quarter zip for just $30. The high on Saturday night is going to be 50 degrees. If you need another layer, this is the perfect thing for that. Chatsports.com/UTQzip. That's the link. I put the link in the comments and description of today's video. So Tristan Keys, the 5-star wide receiver in the 2026 class who flipped from LSU to Tennessee in late August. Number 1 wide receiver in the class, number 6 overall prospect. I already think, I was texting my buddies today, Tristan Keys might be my favorite player already. I've got that much confidence in him. I've got that much excitement for him and what he's going to do in this Tennessee offense, even just as a freshman. But he was interviewed by Dale Dowden with Sports Illustrated. Shout out to him. After his game last Friday night, he was talked about David Gabriel-Georges, and he had this to say. He said, oh yeah, David, he's a dog. Hey man, we building something special. Plus, we got Adidas. We're the priority. Go Vols. Come slide. Score some touchdowns from the backfield. And I love recruiting recruits. I think it's one of my favorite things about college football. It's one of my favorite things, and one of the things that makes college football so special, in my opinion, is you've got these kids who are 18 years old, and once they commit to a school, fully commit to a school, then they start looking at the 17-year-olds and the 16-year-olds and the 18-year-olds that are playing football alongside them and saying, you know what? You're pretty damn good at football. How about you come and play for the school I'm about to go to so that way we can team up and play together? That's basically what's happening. It's also really cool to see him mention Adidas. Now, he is an Adidas athlete, so he's, I don't want to say contractually obligated to mention Adidas, but Adidas loves Tristan Keys. Tristan Keys loves Adidas, and the good thing is now is Tennessee and Adidas, as we know, are starting in 2026. But when you talk about David Gabriel-Georges being there this weekend, Tristan Keys trying to recruit him, if you think about that future for Tennessee, Faison Brandon at quarterback, Gabriel-Georges at running back, Tristan Keys at wide receiver. That is the potential 2027 lineup at the one spot in all three of those positions. And boy, oh boy, if that doesn't get you fired up, then hell, go root for Alabama, because I don't know what will. Fill in the blank for me. Tennessee will end up with the blank best recruiting class in 2026. Right now, they're 8th. Okay? Pretty solid. Good number. They might go up depending on how some things fall over the next couple of weeks. Big recruiting weekend this weekend. A little bit more on that tomorrow. Regardless, you fill in the blank for me. Where will they end up in the top 10? Thank you so much for being here. Really do appreciate it. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, I'm everywhere. And make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. I have the coolest job in the world. I get paid to talk about Tennessee on a daily basis.